Hello? Hello and welcome to the space between ideas. I'm Blaine Gates. Now, you have to remember that at this point, like, when did we start today? 7 o'clock. Remember 7 o'clock? I was like, hey, what's up? So now we're at 6:30, so it's been 30 minutes less than 12 hours. All right, so it's time to create the code for this web app. Creating code for the web app can be an exciting and a challenging process. To get started, you will need to choose a suitable programming language and technology stack for your project. Here's a general outline for the steps you should follow. Choose a technology stack. Front-end, back-end database. Yo, this is looking confusing already. Set up your development environment, install the necessary, okay. Plan your architecture, design the user interface, develop the back-end, integrate front-end and back-end, test your web app, deploy the web app, monitor, maintain, remember, oh my goodness. So obviously this is crazy because like, all right, now what? Like, oh, sheesh. Oh, I gotta stand up. Oh. All right, so what am I wearing? What am I wearing? That's always the question. What's he wearing underneath? So this is my running shorts. All right. Actually, I didn't want to use the blackboard. I just wanted to make a very clear distinction between the past and the future. So let's start with number one. Choose a technology stack. So I can't make that decision by myself. Set up your development environment. All right. So after number one, that choice is made, then I can ask ChatGPT to help me with number two. Plan your app architecture. So this is called object-oriented programming. Basically, I need to outline the objects, sub-objects, and how they work together. Then here's the user interface. Okay, so that was the last thing. So I used Bubble. I designed the user interface, developed the backend. Okay, so this is the issue, right? Because I'm not really I have zero understanding of what the backend even looks like. Never seen a backend before. So how am I going to do this? And then testing your web app. All right, so what I did, because it sounded a little confusing to me, and I really have no idea what to do, I just said, can I send you 5,100? So I just started kind of like describing the app. Now, obviously, I've done this 2 or 3 times now in the last week. So, because if we go to the ChatGPT OPP, so that's object-oriented programming, you can see that okay, so I want you to do this, and ChatGPT summarizes this, and then, okay, I provided this, and it's just so intense, I'm just explaining all this craziness. Let's go! You see that? It's I don't know, I was pretty, excited and was just trying to explain it the best I could. Now, since then, all right, so what I was doing was, where do we go from here? See, this is actually my explanation. Let's go back to ChatGPT, actually. Yeah, so the reason I'm asking about these 5,133 characters is because I wrote this thing to explain what exactly the app does. See, as soon as you have the user interface, then it's suddenly it's very clear. Because, the differences before is I had this idea in my mind, and I was just simply looking at where's that one? I think it's here. I was just simply looking at the MVP. And so it was good because, I was trying to describe what this is. But describing this is very challenging because, it's not really clear what the app looks like yet. So at this point, this is maybe an MVP design. And then you have to go from MVP design to an actual user interface. So let's check out the user interface first. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there's no internet. All right, let's just check if we got more than 5 minutes. Okay. So remember before I was all like, hey, check it out, all this craziness. I'm like, hey guys, so I'm going to develop a straightforward process for enhancing performance designed for individual use or for manager employee coaching sessions. Everyone's like, no, you're not. And then I make this video that I'm smarter than you and here's why. And everyone's like, no, you're not. Like, didn't you forget? I punched that guy, man. I knocked him down. Well, you don't think I could knock out a web application just because I have a math brain that's this big? So this is the whole point. And the thing is that, like, this is only an exercise, you see? So this is the thing. So what I'm saying here is you have programmers and developers here, right? And then we're going to have natural programming language to the point where it's interactive. So the issue right now is this. So the thing is, I would prefer to have an interface. I would prefer to do this. So where are we going to go? Okay. So menu 1. So I would prefer just to say, okay, ChatGPT, let's build a user interface. Let's go to page number 1. So on page number 1, let's put a text box at the top. And here's the text. It's going to say, Performance Booster, a straightforward process to enhance performance designed for individual use or for manager employee coaching sessions. And then under that, make another text box that says to begin navigate to either the learning section or the doing section by clicking a button below. And then also give me 2 navigation buttons. The button on the left will say learn 3 elements of performance. The button on the right will say work with the performance booster. Boop, beep. And then boom. And then this appears as page 1. Done. And maybe it's not in the right spacing. So I'll be like, can you move the, or then at this point, I can either just like use my mouse and like click and drag, or I can just keep talking. Okay, can you make the text, can you give me some options for font? Can you give me some options for this and that? Can you show me some examples in this industry? Can you show me some examples for the best type of conversion rates? Can you show me examples for just keep, and then, okay, can you choose this example and choose that example? Can you show me buttons? Can you show, and like the thing is, I'll just keep asking for all these different options and then just lay it out there, Okay, I like that one. Okay, I like this one. So if we take it back to, was that Minority Reports? What was that one with, what's that guy from Hollywood that does all those Mission Impossible films? So anyways, I don't know, the Scientologist guy. Which Scientologist guy? Cruz? Is his name Cruz? Brad Cruz? Jim? Anyways, I've been thinking all day, so don't be too hard on me. Anyway, so he's doing this thing he's pulling images and moving things around. Okay, so that's it right there. So okay, I can use natural programming, and then at some point we're going to have. But what's the difference between that and a mouse click? So that's not really that interesting. I would just rather use command languages like natural programming, like natural language. I just rather just tell it what to do. Because I can just talk to it, and then I guess we still need this mouse. So this was the whole point with the Google glasses. And I talked to some of the guys, well, at least one of the guys that was working with this interface. And I said, well, one of the issues is like, you still need to be able to so they had some kind of like little LED screen in here and you could see it. And then, but you still have to have some way of interfacing with it. Okay, I can see it. And then what? Like, am I going to use my hands or is there going to be a connection to my phone so I can, or is it going to be language? Or is it going to be connected to some kind of your brain? And then you're moving things around with your brain. So there's like a number of ways to do it. But like, if it's just showing you, if it's just a screen with a camera on it, that's actually going back into the past, because we had screens like Nokia. Remember, they had screens that you couldn't touch. So how are you going to interact with the screen? Anyways. So So where do we go from here? So obviously you have to make a choice. You're either going to click menu. So there's basically 4 menus. Now menu 2 is here. This is the learning unit. So in the learning unit, we have 3 different units, 3 pages. And then we also have, or you can just click, you can go over to the doing unit. Here's the doing unit, which also has 1, 2, 3 pages. Now, and on these pages, there's only text and navigation buttons. So at this point of the process, the only thing that we have menu 1, menu 2, menu 3, and there's only text and navigation. Now, when we get to menu 2, then it's going to connect us to the learn section. Like I said, page 1, 2, 3. So this is actually page 1, and then this would be page 2. And then this would be page 3. So on page 3, this is when we finally have something where we're going to enter some text. And then page 4 also has the ability to enter text. And then page 5 also has the ability to enter text. And in any of these cases, you can navigate back and forth as you wish, or you can jump over to the performance booster. So that's what this straight line here, and the line that goes down from here, and the line that goes down from here, is going to connect to what? Menu 3. All right. So we're going to go back up to menu 3. That's how we connect to the doing unit. And then these lines, okay, so from level of effort, you can go to level of success. You can also go to level of efficiency. If you're in level of success, you can go back to level of effort or over to level of efficiency. If you're in level of efficiency, you can go to level of success or back over to level of effort. And from all of these, you can go to the menu 3. But you can't go directly from level of effort, level of success, level of efficiency to share failure. Yeah, I tried to use iMovie, but it's totally messed up. So I had to edit the video with Loom. So, I mean, now I'm doing in-app editing with Loom, and I'm doing transcripts with Loom. So my Loom transcript, it didn't work on the last video. But what that enabled me to do, see, the thing is that, like, you always have to be ready in case something doesn't work, right? So remember last time I was talking about creating LinkedIn posts and stuff with just with transcripts. So what happened? We always work with how much can I message transcript wasn't. Look, see, transcript wasn't saved. So I had to write the post myself. Please provide YouTube description and LinkedIn post. I'm really excited that the Bubble.io user interface design portion of the process is finished. I was able to successfully create all the objects, including text inboxes and navigation buttons on the pages of the app. So I go on and on. So I actually wrote this. Now, an interesting thing that it didn't really pick up on was, like, at the end, the user has a PDF file that is emailed to them. This design style combines the idea of email marketing and frictionless conversion from page viewer to trying the product. And once they opt into the email campaign, they'll be able to use advanced level services, including being able to manage multiple objects and well, that's actually not the opting into the email campaign. That's if they create, once they create so in the first time you go through the app, you can't sign up. So it's not it's like, I'm actually creating, well, I'll show you. Anyways, they edited. So you have to be able to, like, express your own ideas, because you don't always know if it's going to save stuff that you saved. And you never know, maybe the guys at Loom are like, well, that's not a very good description. We need him to have a better description. So we're not going to provide him a transcript. I mean, how many people are doing what I'm doing right now? So maybe someone's paying attention. All right. So what I wanted to do, what I did was, how did I start it even? I actually wrote it all up in the ChatGPT interface. And then after that, then I put it back into the ChatGPT object-oriented programming. So Tom's the one that told me this word, object-oriented programming, and that really helped to straighten out my thinking. So you have to create objects and sub-objects, and how do they work together? So I wrote all of this in the ChatGPT thing, these 3 sections, but then I realized, whoa, this is probably too much text. So then I cut it from there and pasted it here, and then I rewrote all the and then I edited it until it said basically what I thought it was supposed to say. Now, This is definitely not programming language, but it's certainly not natural language. Like it's very specific. You know, I mean, obviously, so from here, so I mean, you get it, right? So you can choose menu 2 or you can choose menu 3. Menu 2 will take you to these 3 pages. Menu 3 will take you to these 2 pages. Or from any of these pages, you can jump up to menu 3. Any of these pages, you can jump back to menu 2. And once you get to the performance booster or once you get to the force field analysis page or the desired levels of effort page, then you get this new option, which is send me the notes. Now, from the send me the notes page, you can, what is this? Performance booster. Where is this here for? Or current levels of, oh, I see. All right, that means I'm missing an arrow. And an arrow. So then this should look exactly like the one on the left. Come on. Yeah, that was missing. Good. All right. So from any of these do units, I call them do units, this is the actual performance booster. You can like learn 3 elements, learn 3 elements, learn 3 elements. See, that's the one. It's like here, you're going back to menu 2. All right, so you can see that these two, the top level navigation is between this level of page. The second option is going to take you to the menu to go to the learn units. And then there's 2 new ones called send me notes. Now it's the same here, right? So the top level, you can navigate between these 3 pages. The next level, you're going to go to menu number 3. So let's pop out of this, okay, so we can say this is level 1, level 2, level 3. This is level 2, both of these. So let's go down to level 4. So once we get to send me the notes, right, that's going to take you down here. Suddenly we have this page for notes. And you can see like, okay, so it has the task. Now the task is coming from the do unit. From the current levels. You're gonna put in your task, and then it's gonna print the task also in the force field analysis page, and then it's also going to show it on the desired level of efforts page, and then that's the title of here. So then it gives you the task at the top of the summary page. Now the summary page is summary because it's going to give you like the level of effort plus the current and desired level. Now, you see, when we talk about level of effort, we're talking about the text. So if you go through one of the learning units, then you're going to have some text, right? So there's text for level of effort. There's text for level of success. There's text for level of efficiency. So that's going to be, when it reaches this page, it turns into text. It's no longer an input box. And so you're seeing the text from those pages. Now, the current and desired levels are from over here. All right, so here's the current and desired levels. Oh, what about this? So the force field analysis, where's the force field? Yeah, so the force field analysis, what I decided to do was, let's just do, first we'll do the level of effort, current and desired, then we'll do the level of success, current and desired, and then we'll do the level of efficiency, current and desired, and then we'll do the force field analysis separate. Now, why? So we're going to have the text from the force field analysis. So here's the driving forces, here's the resisting forces. Because, you know, honestly, you could do the driving and resisting forces for each of these. What are the driving and resisting forces for levels of effort? What are the driving forces for levels of success and levels of efficiency? But I felt like, let's simplify it as simple as possible. So, so when you reach the force field analysis page, you're getting the task, right? But you're not getting any numbers. You're not getting any reference to levels of effort, levels of success, levels of efficiency. And it just gives people just the opportunity to write whatever they want, as simple as possible. Obviously, you can build that, make it much, much more robust. And then here, we're just going to add some notes. So still simple as possible. Now, why am I saying this is like a landing page or a lead magnet? Because here, well, you didn't have to enter anything. You didn't enter your anything. So now the thing is, all right, so let's talk about the hook. So if we go into the hook, then why is this so powerful? Because we're using external triggers. So we get them into the, well, I have to find, there's going to be an external trigger in the marketing, in the sales funnel that gets them to the landing page. But the actual landing page is what? So I'm providing prompts, and then they are filling in their these boxes. And then the variable reward is, I don't even know what's the variable reward? Just their ability to answer these questions. So when they get these question prompts, they're going to be getting like emotions, right? There's going to be all kinds of emotional experiences as they start to express their ideas. And as they categorize them within those categories that Tom presented, then it's going to be interesting. And then they're going to be able to like pull these ideas and put them in specific boxes, right? So I think that's where the part of the variable reward comes from. Also, like if you work on it yourself or if you're working on it with somebody else, then there's going to be that connection. Like, are we going to get a connection? Are we going to get a boost in performance? How are we going to feel as we start to talk about these things? And then what? Investment. So there's going to be a little bit of work. So you have to write in stuff into the text boxes. You have to click here and click there. So I guess each page is going to require action, and each page is going to give you a variable reward. Is this the element that we need to work on? Yes. No. Maybe there's another one. Let's check. Ah, yeah, there's another one. Oh, what else is there going on in here? And then they just keep on adding. So then at the very end, when you get to the last loop, then you're entering your email box. Why? Because I did so much work. Like, I want to keep this stuff. I don't want to go all the way back through the app and have to like write it down by hand. So, all right, just send me the PDF. You can also edit. You can also go back. So you can see these 6 lines here. There's 6 lines that go back into the do unit and 6 lines. I mean, you can see that they're not actually connected to these 3 things, but they should be. So this well, I could even do it like this. So I could just, because that's basically the way it's supposed to be. But anyways, we're going to run out of time again. So reiterate that with the right side. So you can either go back and edit, or you can send yourself the PDF. Now, if you send yourself the PDF after you've written some notes, right? So these are like specific notes, because your mind should be full of ideas right now. I don't want to lose those ideas, and I have all of this data. And it's like, whoa, okay, send it to me. Definitely send it to me. So what happens? Success. You put in the right amount of effort, and you... What the heck? And what happened? This is the variable reward. And you... Come on, go faster. Faster, faster. Send me the notes. And you... Oh, it's not going to say it. We were just there. Okay, we got to go to the success by email send. All right, good. There, you have put in the right amount of effort, and you have the right amount of skill to complete the performance booster. So I'll update this in my page later. Later, skater. Where are you going? And so the last point is this. So the thing is, like, are you going to start over from the beginning, or are you going to edit something else? So if you decide to edit, then you can see, then it's going to take you back to here. And then when you can email it to yourself, to somebody else, and then you can click edit, and you can email it to another friend. So you could just keep emailing other people, and then they get entered into our email marketing campaign. Or you can start over from the beginning. So that's going to take you all the way back to the top. Whew. All right, so you've seen that. All right, let's go through the documentation. So you've seen the hook, everything is good. It's all good. All right, so where are we? You saw this. Now, all right, so now we're down to ChatGPT. That's it. So we're talking about Okay, how many characters? Yes. Okay, so how much the project would you need to understand to be able to make that choice for me? So the question that they're asking is like, which programming language are we going to use? Right? So that's my first question. So number one is like, which technology stack? And so, all right, let's take a little break.